Hey guys, my name is Rob Noire, and today I'm going to show you how to play your Nintendo Switch on your big screen without using the dock. So if you don't own a Nintendo Switch, or even if you do, you might be wondering A, is it even possible to play it on TV without the dock, and B, why would I want to do this? Well, first off, yes, it's totally possible. I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. And as for why you would want to do this, there's a lot of reasons. I've gone through most of them in other videos, but I'll do a quick recap. The first reason, and the main one that I started looking into this, is that the dock itself is really bulky and awkward and kind of annoying to bring with you. Like, I like bringing my Switch to like my friends' places and playing games there on their TV, and I'd always have to drag along the dock, and the dock, as you can see, it's like this square. It's kind of annoying. And you also don't want to put a lot of pressure on the front in case you kind of snap it. And it's just, I was always looking for an easier and better solution, and finally I found one. Another reason you might want to do this is if you're like me and you want to be able to play the same Switch in multiple rooms, you won't have to keep moving your dock from room to room. And for me, this is another big one because the Nintendo Switch dock is really annoying to hook up. Like, it has everything hidden in that back cover, right, which you have to pop open, but to actually plug in the cables, it's so like cramped and compact that it's just really annoying, especially if you're doing it frequently. For me, personally, I have my recording studio, I have my living room, and I even have my bedroom, and I like being able to play it on the TV in any of those three rooms, and moving the dock from room to room almost daily was just a headache. So this was a much easier, simpler solution to that problem. And the third and final reason that I can think of that you might want to do this is the Nintendo Switch dock itself is kind of badly designed. There's a lot of pictures of this going around on the internet, but if you're not careful when you put your Switch into the dock, you can scratch the screen. And it is a touch screen, so once you've scratched it, you've pretty much scrapped the thing. Now, if you're like me, you're smart and you get a screen protector, but if you don't want to do that, or even if you do and you just don't want to use the dock, you don't want to risk messing up your screen protector, whatever, this is a way that you can do it without ever having to worry about the dock. So to be able to pull off what I'm doing here, there's a few things that you absolutely need and a few things that I would suggest. So the first thing that you're going to need, and this should be pretty obvious, is an HDMI cable. Now you can use the same one that came with your Switch, you can use another one, just make sure it's a high-speed cable and you're pretty much good to go. Now, the next piece of equipment that you're going to need to be able to pull this off is a Type-C HDMI adapter. That's this thing right here. You definitely have to have one of these. There's various different kinds. They range from about $25 to $40. Make sure you get a good one. This is a very crucial piece of hardware. Now, the third thing that you're going to need to be able to pull this off, at least for an extended period of time, is a Nintendo Switch power adapter. Now, again, you can use the same one that came with the console, or if you're like me and you want a multi-room setup, you should buy another one. I would suggest buying the official adapter, by the way. There are cheaper third-party options, but you're kind of playing with fire and you don't really want to risk scrapping your Nintendo Switch. And the power supply is something that could easily do that. So I would suggest go for the official one, pay the little bit of extra bucks, and never have to worry about it. Now, the last piece that you will need to pull this off, and this is completely optional, but it does make things a lot easier and, in my opinion, safer and cleaner looking, would be a stand for your Nintendo Switch. Now, funnily enough, it was actually this stand that gave me the idea to do this video. It's because a few months back, I did a video all about accessories for the Nintendo Switch, and I called out this stand as being the one I felt was the most useless and the one I had wasted the most money on. Now, because of this setup, it's super useful. I use it every day, and I kind of wanted to clear that up. Now, there's various stands or things you could use as stands for the Nintendo Switch, so you don't have to buy the same one I have. I have the Hori official licensed one, but honestly, any stand will work as long as there's room for cables to go through it, as you'll see in a moment. Okay, so you have all this equipment at your disposal, and now what do you do with it? Well, it's pretty simple. You can probably figure it out, but I'll walk you through it. Hook one end of the HDMI cable to your TV, hook the other end to the adapter, plug your power supply into an outlet, and then take the cable and plug that also into the adapter. At this point, if you have anything you would like to run off the USB port, like for example, charge the Pro controller or whatever, you can do that as well. place your Nintendo Switch on the stand and make sure that your charging port is able to be accessed from below. And now run the cable from the adapter through the bottom of the stand and plug it into your Switch. Now, if your TV's off, it's not going to activate the TV mode. So you can still use this setup to play your Switch in like a propped up mode, which the stand was originally intended for, if that's how you like to play. For me as well, I'm lucky in that one of my TVs, as long as I'm not on the correct input for the Nintendo Switch, it still doesn't activate the TV mode. So I can watch something on my TV and play my Switch on my desk and then switch over if need be. On another one of my TVs, it's not the case, but I mean, it will depend. Experiment with your own setup. And honestly, that's pretty much all there is to it. This little adapter here takes the place of the dock. And the awesome thing about this is that you can just slip it into your Nintendo Switch carrying case or put it in your pocket and bring it with you, and you can play anywhere you want to on TV without having to lug that brick that's the dock. And again, everybody has a different setup, so really experiment with this to see what works best for you. This is just really what seems to work the best for me. And believe it or not, this is something that I've seen asked a lot. And there are other options such as like third-party docks for the Nintendo Switch, but they're expensive and they seem to be even bigger. So I had immediately written most of those off. Honestly, I would say go with this just because it's portable, it's easy, and it works. And if you're worried that there's going to be like a loss of quality or whatever, I have witnessed no difference between playing this with the adapter and playing it with the actual dock. I'll put up some gameplay footage right now so you can compare it side by side, but honestly, I have seen absolutely no difference whatsoever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can now play your Switch on your TV without the dock, charging it at the same time, charging a controller if you need. Everything works, and you should be pretty much good to go. So yeah, guys, there's not really a lot more to add to this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you found it informative. If you have any other ideas for videos like this one that you'd like me to do, definitely let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, guys, as always, I will see you in the next one. Hey guys, my name is Rob Noire, and today I have a video for you all about accessories for the Nintendo Switch. Now, before we begin, I want to give a quick shout out to videos like this, especially in like the gaming world. And it's usually a video that goes up right when the year ends or like right when the new year begins. Like I know